Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially 2 out of 2 with the predictions in the auction event called Under the Hammer, because the second vehicle is indeed Object 268 version 5. So the hint 268 divided by 5, which was 53.6, you know, the hint, what I'm going to show you right now as well, was actually hinting towards this vehicle, and here it is with yet another auction, and this time it is a bit, well, a lot more intriguing auction actually, because it has free experience as the beating currency. More about that in a second. So, Object 268 version 5. This one is actually a completely new vehicle and a completely rare, unique vehicle in this game. It is not a 3D style, it is not a skin, it is not an emblem what you have to pay like ridiculous amount of gold for, like the previous one, the 113 Opera. You basically had to beat, what was the minimum, 18,700 to get the skinned version of 113, what you're able to buy for 6.1 million credits. You know, it didn't make sense, but, you know, it is what it is. 268 version 5. The best way to describe this vehicle, honestly, is it is weak heavy tank, weakly armored heavy tank in tier 10. Yes, weakly armored, not a weak heavy tank like the Playstyle and all those things. It is weakly armored heavy tank, because the turret is quite cheese. Let's put it that way. The turret is extreme cheese, especially guys. If you are going to see this tank on the battlefield and if you do not know where to shoot it, you know, all the time turret is basically the main thing what is peeking at you, what is looking at you, and if you want to penetrate that, hit the commander hatch or hit the roof of the vehicle. Roof of the vehicle is a complete cheese. You are going to see me getting penetrated into the roof of the turret by the T10, not T10, by that guy as well very, very soon. And, you know, this is quite a big weakness of this tank, but, you know, it has to be balanced because it has a turret, it has the heavy tank shape, it has the heavy tank play style. Like that shot right over here was the one I'm talking about. Boom, just like that. This part right here has like 44 millimeters of armor, 100 millimeters of armor. So if you have big enough of a caliber, you are able to go through, like caliber like that the T10 has, you're able to go through it quite easily in a tier 10, tier 9 tanks. Whatnot, and the commander hatch plus the commander hatch, which is quite big, you know, you're still able to penetrate it easily. But talking about the playstyle, as I said, it is the playstyle is like a heavy tank. The closest comparison I can draw over here maybe is playstyle wise is like E4, T110 E4, you know. It is also a turreted tank destroyer, but in many situations, in many battles, it plays like a heavy tank, and I would compare those two tanks. To the point, of course, not directly, because this one is basically like D10 with massive gun and a bit different turret, which is even weaker, I would say. So, but do I like this tank? Do I not like this tank? I have played like quite a few battles with this already. This one, damage-wise, was the best one, and it was actually my last, my final battle as well. And hello, Scorpion, by the way. HE is easily going to deal enough damage. Scorpion G on the side, well, always a nice snack to have, right? But I have to say I did like to play with this tank, but it is not something I would say you should get it right here, right now. Because now let's talk about the beating system, right? Oh boy. Free experience, ladies and gentlemen. Let's actually take a look at the beating screen as well. So, as you can see, for the first time ever, you can get a tier 10 vehicle for free experience. This is the main currency. No, you do not have to use free experience to research it and buy that with gold or credits later. Simple free experience and this vehicle is yours. But now, there are many caveats, or however you say that, right, with this system over here. Now, if you do not have crazy amount of free experience to convert, you basically have to sit this one out, because there is no way how you're going to get it. You have to play the game, and you have to get it on different vehicles and then convert it using gold. But doing that right now with no discounts is, it is going to hurt you even more, because right now 1 gold equals 25. Usually we have the specials where 1 gold equals 35, or the special ones, very special ones, 1 gold equals 40 free experience. It would be way better to do that then, right? Understandable. And especially now after they introduced the field modifications, most players have already used their free experience on trying to field mode up their favorite tanks and whatnot. So this is quite a crazy move they pulled on us, definitely. And right now you can see 10,000 units available, and 22,640 have placed their beats, and the competitive beat is 420,500. This is basically the medium. The median beat, the average beat. It takes all the beats into account, and this one is the average one. There are a lot lower beats and there are a lot higher beats, like a couple, let's say, couple thousand have beat 200,000, some players 1,750,000 and so on. Boom, nice Amarak, by the way. And this 420,000 is the average, and the average always is going to get it, definitely, right? If you want to snipe it at the end, you can beat a bit lower than the average if you want to stay up all night and whatnot. But this overall, for many players, it's going to be quite a frustrating situation to be in, because, guys, if you are even considering, even thinking about going after this auction, going after this vehicle, you have to make up your mind right there, right now, before you are going to spend any gold, before you are going to spend any experience. Just think about if you are going to convert a lot of gold into free experience and you are still not going to get the vehicle, then basically you just wasted all your gold converting free experience with the worst possible ratio and still not getting the vehicle. So you must make sure you have enough before you are going to pull any triggers, before you are going to make any moves. Just make sure you are going to have it 100%. Make sure, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot emphasize that enough. Right. With this system, with this kind of an open auction system, they know exactly how to take the maximum out of the community. There is FOMO, fear of missing out, overbidding, so much stuff. Like, so many players are going to overbid 100%, to be 100% sure and whatnot. So it is intriguing, to say the least. What do you think about that? Do you like this type of bidding system? Do you like this type of auction system? Please let me know in the comment section. Also, I would like to know your opinion about this as well. But if you are going to go after it, how is this tank to play? Gun handling, honestly speaking, is many times quite derpy. It was many times quite derpy. I full aimed in. There was a battle on Prokhorovka, I remember. That shot was lucky because, I only saw a pixel and still hit it. So 100% pure luck, right? But there was a battle on Prokhorovka where I played, and I saw Jagdpanther E100's lower plate, I think, for 5 shots worth of time. And I only did hit the tank itself once. Luckily it was a penetration into the lower plate, but 5 shots and 1 hit, 1 penetration. This is the type of derpiness you are going to see, but his shot, ladies and gentlemen, holy moly! High explosive, 1,162 damage done. This was absolutely crazy shot, and it actually, it did put a little smile to my face. But as I said, it is like a weaker heavy tank. You have to be very, very careful when you're going to push in. You have to be very careful doing all those things. Like, I'm going to be over here, I'm going to be a bit greedy. Let's just be honest over here. I heard this guy taking a shot, but apparently I was wrong, and I was greedy. Why? Because I wanted to ram this guy to death, to take the shot into Grilla, who most likely was going to be spotted in the next 3 seconds because the 54 light tank was moving in. I saw that on the minimap, so I wanted to ram this guy, not to waste a shell, and hoping to hit Grilla 15. Well, Grilla did hit me, and Waffenträger did hit me as well, so clearly I heard wrong. I thought this guy fired, unless they implemented auto reloading gun on the Waffenträger in the last match. Hopefully they didn't. Anyway, not even 8,000 damage. You can call me noob easily, but this was my highest damage I was able to do in this vehicle in I think 6 or 7 battles I played with it in total, and there was one key thing what kind of shined, or what was the key thing I noticed when playing this tank was the armor, which was not super reliable. Tier 8s were able to penetrate it, Tier 9s were able to penetrate it, not even talking about Tier 10s. You know, if you're going to see this tank on the battlefield, which most likely we're going to see a lot of them tomorrow after this auction is over, and 2 days after that, just know that hitting the roof, hitting the commander hatch, you know, it is not the hardest tank to take out. Definitely not as hard as Object 268 version 4, its turretless brother from the same mother, basically. I'm going to show you some version 4 gameplay action on the background as well, just as a little comparison, showcasing the gameplay's difference, the gameplay style difference. With version 4 you can be extremely aggressive. With this you still have to be very careful, as you are going to be penetrated quite easily. In Tier 10 games, 2000 hit points, not having the best armor, you know, this can be your end quite quickly. And this battle was quite funny, 7,000, close to 400 damage done, with my own spots as well, but mainly into Tier 8 and Tier 9 tanks, resulted not even 1,000 base experience, so it was kind of funny. That way. Equipment units which I used was ventilation, rammer, and turbo, pond turbo. Now, if you are going to use turbo, you pretty much have to use pond turbo, or don't go with turbo like overall. Why? Because this tank doesn't have mobility slot, and I don't think the standard turbo without the mobility slot is so worth it. Honestly, to get the 7.5%, sorry, is not that much worth it. Then you can go with something else. Maybe you can help out your view range on the side. Maybe you can boost the camo, because camo on the 268 version 5 is quite crazy good. Like 40% camo without boosting it too much. You can get it even higher with field mods and with camo equipment units. Or you could help out the view range a bit with coated optics, because even with ventilation or with bond ventilation, if you would use that, you are not going to get your view range over 445. So 360 stock view range is absolute trash indeed. Or you could use improved rotation mechanism, you could use maybe improved hardening. You know, there are a couple equipment units besides turbo, but rammer, I would say, is quite must-have, and I like the ventilation option on this as well. But, you know, at the end of the day, it is up to you. Definitely you're not able to play it as aggressively as I am showcasing 268 version 4 over here. Now, this battle was actually played right after version 5, because I figured I just wanted to show you a little comparison, style difference comparison between those two tanks. With version 4, what is available in the deck tree for 6.1 million credits, right? You can be quite crazy aggressive. When it first came out, it was the most overpowered, the most broken tank in this game. They definitely overbuffed it, or when they released it, it was way too strong. It has seen some nerfs, and now it is not as strong, not as broken, but still very, very freaking good. The nickname Object, you know, it simply doesn't give a damn. It goes in, it does what it wants to do. With very good mobility. I have exactly the same equipment setup over here, ventilation, rammer, and turbo. Just, you know, once again for the comparison reasons, and boom, just like that, Leopard BTA has been destroyed, who was very annoying at the start of the battle in this game. So just to compare those two vehicles, which one is better? I know people are going to ask. Honestly speaking, this one, for me, is a lot more fun tank to play. I don't know why. Maybe because it is object, maybe because I'm able to play it very, very recklessly. Maybe because of that, comparing those two vehicles. Version 4 for me is still a lot more fun, or is going to be, was a lot more fun tank to play with. Because with version 5 I have to play a bit too carefully. Maybe, that's the thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, my 2 cents about version 5. We have so many objects, so many Object 268s now. Version 4, version 5, version 6, version 69 is coming up as well in the near future, I bet. Let me know what you think about that. Are you going to bid for it? What is your maximum bid? Do you have any free experience whatsoever? What do you think about this type of auction system? Guys, let me know in the comment section down below. Let's watch how I'm going to not destroy this guy with my high explosive round, but mobility is good enough to pick up my second ram kill in this game, and back-to-back over 5k damage battles. 6k combined, almost. I'll get you next time with something else. Stay awesome, stay sexy, stay naked, take care, and bye. I'm going back to bed now because I'm still sick, as you can hear.